Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. The power of love will make you put your 38 back in your purse. I wish I had a church. When you really want to blow their brains out, come on, y'all ain't that saved and sanctified that some folks make you just that upset, Elder Jacob, that just that mad that it do cross your mind. It just cross. It just cross. It go across. It don't stay, just go across. The power of love will make you hirsch. Just before you cuss, to make you hirsch. Just before you cuss. The power of love will make you treat folks right who done you wrong. That's the power of love. I mean, the power of love, love is just powerful. Because you wonder how, you can still put up with certain folks, even folks in your own household, when you really want to throw them out. But because of the power of love, you just let them stay. The Bible says everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. But if you don't love, you don't know God. Oh my goodness. Because when you were born again, you had to be born again with the Spirit of God. And since God is a spirit and God is love. So if you're born again, you got to have some love somewhere down deep in your heart. Somebody got it deep, but it's in there, but it's deep. And when the time comes, we have to pull it back up, Brother Jacob, to the surface, so we won't do the things that our flesh would tell us to do. But because we have the love of God, and because the love of God is so powerfully working in our lives, we won't do some of the things that we want to do. The Bible says, it is determined if we are Christ's disciples, if we have love for one another. That's how we know. When you see somebody on your row that's not acting in love, you wonder if they're really one of Christ's disciples. Sunday evening, I went to a funeral, and I asked the usher. I asked the usher for one of the programs, Elder Pierce. Just asked because nobody had one on our row, and I just asked for a program. Oh, Jesus! And she gave it to me, but when she gave it to me, somebody on the next row grabbed it. And the usher went off, y'all. The usher went off in the house of God. And at first I thought she was talking to me, and I gave her a look like, Jesus, hold me down right now, because see, she don't know who she don't know me. Then she goes, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Okay. And we got it straight here. No, you ain't talking to me, like not acting like that. I'm finna straighten you right up in the house of God. I'm going to straighten her in love, because I got the love of God in my heart. I'm just going to tell her, you know what? I think that ushering is really not your calling. Because the devil just come out. I mean, she transformed y'all in just a twinkle in of an eye. But the Bible says, let's look at the text. The Bible says here, it says, if I can speak in tongues of men and even of angels, but have not love, that reasoning, intentional, spiritual devotion, such as is inspired by God's love for and in us, I am only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose, and understand all the secret truths and mysteries, and possess all knowledge, and if I have sufficient faith so that I can remove mountains, but have not love, that is God's love in me, I'm nothing. I'm a useless nobody. That's what the Bible says. A useless nobody. If you're operating and don't have God's love on the inside of you. If I dole out all that I have to the poor in providing food, and if I surrender my body to be burned, or in order that I may glory, but have not love, that is God's love in me, I gain nothing. For the Bible says that love endures long and is patient and kind. So we will know this is a checkup. Love never is envious, never boils over with jealousy, is not boastful or vainglorious, does not display itself haughtily. And that woman displayed herself haughtily. I mean, she showed out. She showed there wasn't no Jesus nowhere. She just had on her white usher dress. It is not conceited, arrogant, and inflated with pride. It is not rude. She was rude. Unmannerly, and does not act unbecomingly. Love, God's love in us, does not insist on its own rights or its own way. For it is not self-seeking. It is not touchy. Y'all got any touchy folks? Y'all ever dealt with any touchy folks in church? You know, everything, you know, they just get touchy about stuff. You can't say nothing to them, they, you know. Or fretful or resentful. It takes no account of the evil done to it. It pays no attention to a suffered wrong. That's hard right there. That one right there is kind of hard. Because if somebody do you wrong, you're going to pay some attention to it. You might have to pray so you won't react. But you're going to pay some attention to it. So that let us know we ain't got there yet. All the way there. How many, y'all need to tell the truth. All y'all, now tell the truth. Y'all know good and well, if somebody do you wrong, you're going to pay attention to it. Some of y'all going to react to it and pray later. I'm going to tell the truth about me. I ain't going to say I ain't going to pay no attention to it. It's according to what it is. I'm just letting you know I ain't perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying. This is what this Bible said we're supposed to do, but we ain't got there yet. It does not rejoice at injustice and unrighteousness, but rejoices when right and truth prevail. Love bears up under anything and everything that comes, is ever ready to believe the best of every person. Its hopes are fadeless under all circumstances, and it endures everything without weakening. Love never fails, never fades out or become obsolete or comes to an end. Everything else gonna fail, but love won't. The power of love caused God to give his son. The power of love caused Jesus to give his life. The power of love caused me to love him back, and you. The power of love caused us to give him our life. He loved me when I didn't deserve it. He loved me when I didn't love him. I don't know about y'all, but There was a time in my life when I wasn't lovable. But God loved me anyway. How many of you know that he will pick you up out of the muck and mire? He'll pick you up. He'll turn your life around. Y'all ain't saying nothing up in here. And he'll place your feet on solid ground, because before you had the love of God and you were walking on some shaky ground. Like the song says, I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore, very deeply stained within, sinking to rise no more. But the master of the sea heard my despairing cry. From the waters lifted me, now safe and love lifted me. Oh, y'all, when nothing else could help, love lifted me. The Bible says it's not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his son. And in my conclusion, if God loved us, we ought also to love one another. How can we say that we love God whom we have not seen, and our brother and sisters that we see every day, and we don't love them? The Bible says you're a liar and you do not the truth. The power of love, y'all, is a powerful thing. You got to understand that if you have the power of God's love on the inside of you, his love will hold you. It will hold you, y'all, in the midnight hour. Oh, y'all, when you ain't got nobody, the power of God's love can keep you. The power of God's love, when you feel like you're unloved by everybody in the world, you can call on God's love. Why? Because his love is unconditional love. Because the person on your road might not love you when you got an attitude. But God's love is so unconditional. That love that he has for us will love us when we don't deserve to be loved. It will love us when we're doing right, and he'll love us when we're doing wrong. Somebody ought to clap your hands and thank God for the power of God's love. Sometimes the people that love us, they love us whenever we're doing something for them, or whenever they can get something out of us. They love you then when they know that whatever they can get, they're going to act like they love you. But how about the love of God will love you in spite of? Y'all ain't saying nothing. I don't depend on the love of people, but I depend on God's love. Because I know that his love will never fail me. He's going to love me to the end. He's going to love me in spite of my faults. He's going to love me in spite of my shortcomings. He's going to love me in spite of my bad attitude. He's going to love me in spite of my temper or whatever it is that's not quite right. God going to love me anyway, because it is the love of God, after all, is what draws us to Jesus Christ. And if we don't see no love, y'all ain't saying that. Nobody don't want to go around nobody that ain't showing no love. But it's the love of God. And there is power in that love. Because he loved us enough to die for us, to save our soul. So that lets me know that there